going to be working on today with the stability ball to challenge your core. And we're going to do it with a bent leg and also a straight leg, so that the ball will give you feedback. So when it's rolling around, you want to keep it straight. So you're going to focus on keeping it straight and fire some of the all the abdominal muscles to work on strength for your posture and your spine. So we're going to put this underneath your feet, 90 degrees we're going to start with. And you're going to hold your legs in this 90 degree with flex foot. And so her knees are above her hips and her chest is open, and a pillow behind her head is fine. Because we're going to be hovering just off the floor lightly. The arms are on the sides. So what you're going to do is you're going to lift with keeping your breath. You're going to use your breath. Breath is important. So you're going to exhale to lift your pelvis off the floor, but you're deepening the engagement of the abs. This is important. And that rib connection. So what that means is bring that rib and hip together so you're not popping your ribs. Sometimes it's difficult to understand. We'll do a video on that. But in the meantime, you're trying to keep this level and you're balancing. And if you feel, oh, this is quite easy, I can hold it still. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to go what we call spider finger. So your arms are going to be long. They're off the floor. Your shoulders are off the floor a little bit, and you're hovering your arms off the floor. So it creates a little more challenge. So you're going to be shaking more. Can you bring your knees a little bit in more? One more? Yeah, there you go. And so in breath, constant breath is important. She's breathing through it to connect, making that bundle nice and strong in the middle. And then now she's going to challenge it with her fingers lifting off the floor, right? And she's been practicing. And she's doing great. So normally people wobble, and when they wobble, you just fight, you bring it back, and sometimes you have to come back down, and then reset, and then start up again, right? So if you wobble way out of alignment, if you can't find that center, so come back up, exhale, hover those arms, just barely off the floor. So if they need to come back down, now she's going to raise her arms up slowly to challenge a little bit more. Yeah. And you can reach them over a little bit more if you want. So she's just challenging where her body's at right now. And she's really doing great. And bring her arms back down. And then lower down. Very nice. Now we're going to do with straight legs. So straighten your legs out, right? And your feet, your calves are on the ball for this. We can make it more difficult by pushing it out further, or a little bit easier by bringing it in closer. So when we bridge up, so we're in a happy medium, but let me show you though. So bring the ball in. Yeah. And so you can start from here if you have never done this before, or if you really want challenge later on, you can go to the very edge. So bring it in a little bit, just in between that, right? And then we're going to press into the floor with the arms for a minute. You're going to rotate your pelvis. So we're going to tilt it under, tucking under the pelvis, taking it up with your breath. Exhale, stretch your legs out, reach out in contrast through your toes, point your toes, squeeze those heels together and reach out through the crown. She's an accordion, creating this length in her body. Super length, right? Open shoulders. Now go up and check on your neck. Is it tight or is it relaxed and open? Is your breath connecting here, right? And you're just trying to hold the ball still because sometimes it wants a wobble. Yeah. Now we're going to go to spider fingers. Yeah. And then lift your arms up. Same thing we did on the other. Bring your arms over. Yeah. And then challenge it. Bring it back. Right. And now what I'm going to have her do, because she's doing so well. Now this is where you would start, but I want you to teeter-totter your hips. So bring your arms down and then tip your pelvis this way. Yep. And tip the other way. So she's rotating, but still sending in this contrast of energy out to her head, through her feet, stretching her spine, opening space, and rotating from her hips in this movement. Good. Now hold the center. Now, we're going to side bend it. So the ball's going to kind of go side to side. So she's going to hike one side. Nope, you're going to keep it level. Yeah. And then hike this way. Yeah. And then the side, exhale. So these are ways of challenging the ball. Exhale side, because you keep the pelvis level. Yeah. And then bring those ribs together a little bit. There you go. And then bring it center. Then you can also add more to this. We could keep going and going, but this is one way. Roll it back down. We could end it with, so you can release your sacrum. Put your legs all the way over. Yeah. And just bring those heels together and let your legs fall out a little bit. No, breathe it a little bit. Yeah. And then just let your pelvis float. So you can take your arms into the T out this way, and then let your pelvis float. If you do anything to release your back, this is just without using your legs. Yes. So it's from here. So she started using her legs, but I want you to just feel the weight in your sacrum, like the energy and the weight in the sacrum. So it's a very light movement. And then you can add on range, but really the small movement is what we're working for, is that very small feeling like a floating pelvis. Yeah. Feels good, right? Mm-hmm. And you can always go further. Put your heels together so you can, yeah. And then your legs relax. Yeah. Put the heels are together. So she's taking this line and opening it up. Come this way with your breath. So you send it over as an exhale. You travel, exhale. Then you inhale to expand this rib cage. There, see, it's all open. So it gives this chance to expand. And then bring it back to center. Yeah. And then you can also bring your legs in. We're going to give you a couple more things, which is fun. And just draw a circle with your feet. Your legs are moving and that you're rolling. You could feel your pelvis, and your legs help your pelvis move. And up and over and out. Yeah. You feel that? How that pelvis is creating that pivot point. Just a little massage. Go the other way. So you do 4 each way. Yeah. And breathe. Yeah. And then, yeah, perfect. And then you can also lengthen your legs out. Just keep them long. And then rock side to side this way. And now she's going to feel, if you have shoulders that can go, bring your other arm up. You can open them up. If it's too tight in your shoulders, keep them in the T, but you can feel that stretch. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, go the other way. And then you can open up this way. There you go. And you expand. So she's opening this energy lines and then back to center. Good. Nicely done. All right. Bring your legs back. Yeah. And then you can end it back here again, or you can, any of these can be in any order of these stretches. But you're going to feel so amazing by just laying on the floor and throwing your legs over the ball, and everything will come together for you. If you practice this even 2 or 3 times a week, you won't believe how strong you will get in your core. Yeah. And just try it and enjoy it. And subscribe, like, good chance. We'll see you soon. Thank you.